For recognizing how
You have to.
how things can progress.
Exactly.
So last year, that's the year we at now, right? 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we competed again. We had a song called Special Invitation to Vincy Mars.
Mm-hmm.
And we competed and we placed second. That was another lovely performance. The team pulled it together, especially given the challenges. Remember, we thought we was out of the sadness with the COVID and the suffering, and then here comes
Very
just it's so strange, It felt so strange. That's why on the road carnival Tuesday I nearly shed a tear,
Mm-hmm.
because boy, we've been through it. It really felt like the
Really
mass was back. It really felt like, boy, yeah, carnival.
This year was
Yeah, boy. This year.
everything about this year.
Fun for the books, boy. This year been feel like
Everything,
2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This year was
Yeah.
big up CDC, big up the private promoters,
Trust.
big up the bands, big up everybody this
All the
year.
components, everybody.
Vinci 2025 was it?
We pull it off and we need to get right back to work. Get planning on the next iteration because vibes.
You have to bring up the conversation that we had at the beginning of Vinci Mass. Where we sat at Chiwali place.
Yes.
And you were telling me you have a strategy to keep your music going. You feel like your strategy paid off.
I do.
I really proud of you. I really proud of you.
Yeah, we did have that conversation for real. That's crazy.
We did.
That's crazy. Yeah,
and then lo and behold, Ragam Soca Monarch night. Tell me about that night, how that felt for you.
There were a lot of emotions in the week leading up to this competition. Lots of highs, lots of lows.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I could say is that there was an understanding amongst the people closest to me that we're going to make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of us really said it to each other that, we're going to win or, we're going to beat them or anything like that. But there was just this air of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it in no other person than my mom.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was just waking up and, you have this, you have that. How is this going? How is that going? You getting through?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know same time pot of food, organizing. Anybody who on my team who partially house could attest. Mm-hmm. Food always there for anybody who doing anything for me. Mm-hmm. You could always get yourself something. And closer and closer to the day, we had some really major setbacks. And in the week before, when we were having like minor setbacks, people were crashing out a lot more, in my opinion. Like people was melting down over not finding like the right color fabric and like basic things like that. Mm-hmm. And in that week, bro, like when I tell you all things fall apart, like there was like some giant holes in like what we were doing. We didn't know how certain things would work out. And it's like you crashing out over fabric. But now we don't know where certain elements coming from. And you just going on, no problem at all. So me seeing that kind of confidence from everybody around me, it was just like, all right, I had a man up. I had a, captain the ship. Captain.
Set this sail.
And really try to give it my best swing. Mm-hmm. That was my only focus going into it. Give it my best swing. The last rehearsal I did was in the car driving to my hairstylist the same evening. I did just come from the tailor, just pick up certain things. So you could understand, if I just picking up certain things, you could know that certain things went crazy in the week. And just after that, I just tried to relax and let things come together. Just relax and let things come together, because in the other years I competed, I will admit, tension, especially on the night, is something that has affected me. There've been, I won't get into details, but there's been incidents in those last 2 years that I think really affected my mental state. Mm-hmm. And on one of the years, even affected my vocal delivery.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it was that type of high energy interaction and them kind of things. And I was just deciding this year, I can protect my energy as much as possible. I know that, particularly in the Raga Soca performance, it meant a lot more than just, putting it out there. And I guess people could have felt that energy from the performance. Like at a certain point, I feel like I had an outer body experience and it wasn't even about the competition anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It really was about something more for me. So I know that it couldn't have gone any any other way in hindsight. Like I said when I was walking in, it's just really now setting in.
Yeah.
And that's how much I kind of detracted from it because I guess I was so focused. You ever been in that state where you're so focused on what it is that you have to do
Yeah.
that the outcome,
Yeah. No, many, many, many times.
yeah, you're just you what do you say, locked in. Yeah, I
But
was locked in.
I know that your performance, and you know your performance would have touched me as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Your performance was really something different, and I know other artists said it to you. I know other people said it to you,
Yeah,
and I just want to say that was an amazing job. That
thank
was
you,
a
thank you,
very, very, very amazing job, and we have to touch on it. We
thank
have
you.
to touch on it after
No
the record.
problem, no problem, no problem.
Prime and I relationship start in grammar school. But when I became a journalist at Searchlight, Prime house right in Stony Ground used to be hangout spot. Different group of people, hangout spot. And that's where I met Conley Rose, Prime's father. And Rose has been one of the most encouraging, I would say influential. I would say Rose had no chill. He thinks something, he's saying it.
Yep.
And he gave me a lot of insight in the world of journalism communication. He gave me a lot of tips. He was a activist, journalist. I could go on and on.
Yeah.
I could go on and on and on. And you said all of it at the
Yeah.
funeral. He had passed away recently.
Yeah.
And that performance, I know that had to be the extra feeling that you felt there on stage.
Definitely.
And the judges felt it as well because the rest is history.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, tell me how it felt for you.
The performance came together in the way that it did, I think, honestly, because of the man that he was.
Mm-hmm.
Because he taught me a lot.
I could imagine.
He used to talk a lot about how it was and how it used to be and what it is and what it should be and what it's from what it's not and that kind of thing. So there are, outside of the tribute and me actually mentioning him in it, I had his photo up on the big screen and so, and that was my way of, paying respect to him one final time. And outside of that, there are several elements in the performance that are attributed. The drums, the pan, even the outfit that I revealed after into the African dashiki and so on is a replica of what we had for the funeral and so on. And if you you were at the funeral, so you understand the type of vibe that we went into. It was a storyteller type of performance.
And that's the kind of person he is too.
In the intro video, I was speaking to my students because I lecture and telling them about the history of carnival and telling them that my father told me, back in them days how it was when people used to get beat for beating the drum. And that was the essence of the performance, to show the evolution from the past to the present, from his generation to mine and to then with that final tribute to him. And the energy really connected. Like I said, I really do believe I had an outer body experience during the performance because I've had to been shown videos of it after, and I really don't remember much.
Really?
There are movements that I am making. There are things that I am saying that I this version of me doesn't have memory of it. Maybe if I go out on the stage again, I'll remember.
Okay.
But that was that in particular in the raga, that's what it was like for me. It was it was spiritual.
And you didn't stop there. You went over into the power. What was that like?
First time ever entering the power category. First time ever.
First time you get what the beats. First time going in for power soca.
Yeah. The song from last year and both of my songs from this year are produced from another Island Shock producer, but one whose name probably won't be ringing as much as yet. But I mean, he has a Raga Soca title to his name now, so maybe people will start taking notice. That's Cut But The Escape Noel. It's another grammar school man.
The Escape.
Yeah, The
Okay.
Escape. I like to say my 5 science class is a very interesting one because we have plenty producers and DJs and so on. We got DJ Flex, we got Captain John.
Big up Flex, big up John.
We got The Escape and we got me. And we got Chinelo in that class doing music out in Toronto, in Canada. So a lot of different people involved in the arts and sound. Corey was in that same class and Corey is an artist as well. So
Somebody asked me, what about grammar school I was produced so much?
I don't know what it is, especially considering the time when we did the school, it didn't really have like that much active of a music program.
Yeah,
but we back to grammar school days, bro.
You
How many times you pass in classroom and man knocking on this and you know,
singing and rapping, freestyling. Yeah.
You know, man always sharing music in them days. It's MP3, man bringing real style school, yo, this style.
Like, why you be shit?
Yeah, in the Gully Gaza era, man warring with
Come on.
I guess the influence is always kind of there, but yeah, the school is really produced, boy. Astra boy. Big up grammar school.
Astra boy.
Big up grammar school one time.
Big up Joe.
Trust me.
Sam. Big up Sam.
Yeah, boy.
But yeah. And how was you went through the power performance?
Yeah, so the power performance was an extension of the promo video. Corey shot the promo video when we did basically, you know, what if you met somebody that never heard about Vincy Mars? You know, what you going to tell them? And it was me appearing as the Minister of Soca and Entertainment, basically telling people about what I call the prime. You see the X, right? Telling people about the maddest place or not. The power performance was, I looking back at it, like the way the setup came together and everything, I thought it was really cool. Big up the tailor one time, the jacket bad.
Fair for the jacket.
Big up Ayana one time. Big up Alana one time.
Come on.
The jacket real bad. The flags, the heads of government type of vibe, the CARICOM vibe, the international feel to it. And, you know, just going through it, it was great. I'll admit I wasn't getting that type of quintessential power soca Monarch crowd response, but that's the least on the score sheet, so I wasn't too worried about it.
I understand.
I much rather, in any case, people stand up and listen to what I have to say, and I can entertain whether you're, you know, in a frenzy or whether you're actually just looking at me. That's fine with me. But we will be working on that for sure, because that's how we work. So, you know, we're recognizing where we maybe not have it. So we don't have the recognizability, we don't have that type of crowd response, and we don't have that on the ground push. So, you know, look out for us working on those things for next year. Look out for us trying to get in the rotation, trying to get in the popularity type of conversation. Not to say that we want to be popular, because that's really not our goal with music. That's not my goal with music. But to position the song so that at least by the time you come into the park, you're wondering, boy, who is this guy and he's doing so. Right?
So now we know your feelings during the performance. What was it like when the judges were announcing?
I enjoyed the rest of the show. I enjoyed, of course, the big eruption that took place. I also really enjoyed Chowder's performance.
Big up Chowder.
I enjoyed, because that's some of the only performances that I saw, to be very fair. But I really enjoyed it because I was, you know, in and around the backstage area. After that, I tried to get something to eat because it was a long night. I realized morning they done reach, but that wasn't happening because I guess the jitters then start to settle in. And we come back, settle the props, send the truck out with some stuff, and we was just like hanging around. And I don't know, I kind of lost track of what was happening, and then all of a sudden I heard like fourth place, but I didn't hear who plays fourth. And then I heard third, which was Diffusion with Mission. Big up Tyreek one time.
Big up Diffusion.
another man who do his production. He did his production himself, but he also worked with Island Shack. So yeah, you see the trend there. And I was already celebrating and happy for Tyreek. Then I hear second times and I say, yo!
Sorry. Island Shack. Again.
One shock.
Come on.
One shock.
Come
I done
on.
screaming.
Come on.
I done screaming.
Come
But then
on.
my mom come and hug me up now. Cause like we ain't really like we were confident. But like I said, anything is anything when it comes to competitions. So we tempering the emotions now. And they just called the name, and in that moment I just felt like, boy, yeah, this thing makes sense. You bet on yourself. Maybe went a road that a couple of people wasn't really expecting. And you're going in the right direction. Now you reach by any means, but it was just confirmation to me that, yeah, boy, you're on the right path, you're on the right journey. Keep pressing on. This is all right. It felt great, in the moment. I can't even still like process how that moment was. That is how strong that feeling was. And then, said thanks and everything, and then we cleared the stage, but then we ended up backstage for some reason. I don't even know how we ended up backstage because we did come from stage side, but we just ended up backstage for some reason. And then we backstage and everybody backstage congratulating and this and that. And I think the power start and I didn't hear the first person, but then I never hear the position, but then I hear Dimes and Pixel again. So you don't know. One shock. I gone again in a frenzy backstage. I jumping up behind it. We making real noise, and the man could hear we on the mic. So I have to tell them, all right, hold it on. Then I hear El Punk and my family. So you don't know.
Come on.
Big up El Punk one time. Tune real bad.
Yeah. Very, very.
Yeah, that tune real bad. And then second announce, and I see I ain't here. I Scotty, I see watching me. The escape, the producer. Is he watching me? That man mouth just moving. And yeah, boy. Cutty is not a very expressive fellow. Cutty is not a very expressive person at all. That is the most emotion I ever see come out of my brain in a short space of time. Yeah, bro. Man start getting real bad. And then we just start jump up behind the in business because by that time, the man that announced Fireman and Skinny and the park getting real bad. So we could make noise behind it now because it don't matter. We just started, just love yourself in that moment. I slipped down and fall, but I wasn't on camera. And I could talk about that and laugh now,
I saw 2 videos.
Yeah.
And it was you leaving on what I believe is part of the props.
Yeah.
Going out on the trolley with the crowd.
Yeah.
The man saying bet for Prime, going out.
Yeah.
And I remember the other video. I think Corey was in a high room bar.
Yeah, and
when they announced, I think the second runner-up, Corey started running out because I feel like he knew.
Yeah.
And when they said Bongo Prime, Corey lost his man, that's how I know the love still.
Yeah, of course.
That's how I know
That's my boy. That's my boy. And he really knew because he coming out to the bar. Like, that's special. That's belief to it.
Yeah,
that's
trust me.
Belief because he running out. That video they going down. That's one the video that we're going to keep for sure.
Yeah.
Trust me. But yeah, it was just that experience. I mean, since then, so many people, I have messages I have to get to. I have people been trying to call and so on, family members I probably need to catch up with. And all of that, I guess, in due time because generally speaking, bro, the phone thing.
I could imagine. Mention, message. I
And
could imagine.
even before that, like I just use my phone and use social media, but in a very tempered way. I ain't want a song to Rastaman, but I feel like social media does kind of pollute and dilute your energy sometimes. So you just have to pull away. And I'm not the best at maintaining contact and
What I think it is a lot of information coming at you at once. So imagine you have
plenty
a
things.
full day and then more information on top of that. And this is what people wanted, but it's too much sometimes. And you gotta...
And you know, outside of like close friends and so on, people mightn't want to hear it, but like protecting your energy as a creative is important because your creative energy it can be drained without you putting it to creative use. Because you know you're hearing about this and you're thinking, oh, maybe you could do this or maybe you could do that, and that's your creative energy actually being drained right there because you're thinking. It's so not to say I'm antisocial or anything like that, but I'm just not the best at.
I know exactly what you mean.
Maintaining that constant back and forth. So it's been very overwhelming over the past couple of days. I've tried to do my best. I've missed a few things and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So let me just take this opportunity off the record to say thank you. And I don't want this thanks to like go over your head. I am speaking to you directly, who is watching me right now and listening to my voice. If you have supported me in any way, if you have helped me in any way, I really do appreciate it. And, you know, just generally thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the words of encouragement. Thank you for the blessings. Thank you for the prayers. And I will do my best to continue to, you know, make you proud.
Well, we are off the record and we ask everybody this.